Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. Cook a trout, 66 cooking. One more than we would technically need, but we're going to be stew boosting with that level, so one more than needed is actually pretty nice. We've got some recipe for disaster to do. And by the looks of it, it's going to be quite a bit. The dwarf, the ogre, the guide, and the monkey. But first, we need to do fishing contest. You would think by this time we would have done fishing contest. I guess I just never bothered. So that's going to be very quick. The only novel item required for fishing contest is some red vine worms, which you can get over here at the Red Vine, surprisingly. Just dig them with a spade. Nice and red. And perfect for the fishing contest. The quest starts over here by Catherby with Vestry. We are poking our noses in here, wanting to check out what's downstairs. We're not allowed to go down there, because that is the home of the mountain dwarves. It's a shortcut underneath the mountain, but we're still not really allowed to just run through there. So how about we be friends? Seems like a solid plan. Then it wouldn't be so annoying for us to pop by for a visit. So we're going to earn his trust by winning the Hemister fishing competition to get the golden prize for winning. They really like gold. And they even have the pass required. They're unfortunately not very good fishermen themselves, but we are more than up to the task. 1 fishing pass acquired. At this point in the quest, you can go ahead and try your luck at the fishing competition, only to fail miserably for a variety of reasons. Then you can talk to Grandpa Jack, who has won the competition before. You get a whole bunch of tips about the worms, the best spot to fish, and you can even buy a fishing rod from him. Or, when you know what you're up for, you just enter the competition through the gate here and talk to Bonzo to start. Well, there is one other thing to take care of. The sinister stranger, who looks a lot like a vampire, has to be warded off with garlic. Bring the garlic over here, stash it in the pipe, and now we can start. There doesn't seem to be too many people here at the competition. We've got Big Dave, the Sinister Stranger, and myself. 5 coins. And now we get our assigned location. The stranger is assigned the spot by the pipes, but he doesn't like the garlic, so we get to switch places. And now, with the correct location and the correct bait, we get some giant carp. Bring these back to Bonzo. And our fish is very much up to standard. Waiting. And we have the winner. It is me. The best catch since Grandpa Jack. We did it. It really is that simple. The lore implications of a vampire being over here, mostly just ignored. Just an excuse to use garlic. Add a little bit of extra to the quest. But we got the trophy, and it's great. Looks like a fish, made of gold. Very solid. Well, possibly it's solid gold. I guess we could determine that based on how much it weighs. But anyways, we have won. We've got the trophy right here for you. And that is 1 quest point, 2,437 fishing experience, and this tunnel here. Which we immediately go down without listening to the rest of his dialogue he was going to say. Oh well. So that is all we need to do here. So now, it's back for a recipe for disaster. And now, we can help the dwarf. We need to seek out information from his father, who is in those tunnels that we just unlocked, to find out how to make rock cakes. Not the rock cakes from the ogres, which are a literal rock. This is going to be significantly more cake-like. Still a rock cake, though, so don't go trying to eat it still. Unless you're trying to hurt yourself, which is a thing that you can do. Anyways. We need some ingredients, and we can get basically all of them over here at the Cloneuromancer's chest. Bucket of milk, pot of flour, an egg, a bowl to fill with water. And those are the basic ingredients. The last thing we need is very conveniently on the way. Over in Falador, we need to get some Asgardian ales. We're also kind of skipping to something we shouldn't really know about yet. We're getting some handy information about dwarves and ale. A very special recipe. We will offer 200 gold for the recipe, just so she doesn't lose any profits from our making her special recipe. Only 200 coins in our inventory, don't worry about it. And the secret is gold. That definitely checks out. Drop a coin into an Asgardian ale, and it makes a golden ale. Dwarves love it. So now, we can get said ales. Unfortunately, through a text interface. That's the wrong one. Asgardian ales is what we need. Ales, what are you serving? Asgardian ale. That's all on one, so that's okay. So we just need to buy many of these. They're all very cheap though, so not a huge inconvenience. And then it is up to the tunnels. My house is conveniently located right next to the tunnel, so that works. We just need to add the gold into the ales, which apparently is dissolving the gold. That raises some questions about Asgardian ales. We're not going to dwell on it. We need to talk to an old dwarf here. This is the father we spoke of. And we run right into this with a fantastic trying to figure out what's going on. Sun, Time Bubble, Clonarmancer, Freeze, Rock Cakes. And our insane ramblings have not gotten the point across. Once again, since we are outside of the time bubble, we have already solved the problem. So from everybody else's point of view, us trying to fix the problem is very strange. It's a time bubble. It was last week. But anyways, we need a rock cake. And he also has a special recipe. For the rock cake. We're going to give him the Asgardian ales. A secret from the rising sun that we bought. We won't be able to buy his secrets quite as easily. But we can keep trying with more Asgardian ales. Give him a second one. Now he looks a bit drunk. Give him a third. Even more. And another. And it is all working out. He is very drunk now, and we are best friends. So as a favor, I need a rock cake. We negotiate with him being incredibly drunk. And now he has gotten over it very quickly. We're going to hold him to the deal that he totally made under sound judgment. So we're going to give him 100 coins and the ingredients that we've prepared for a rock cake. We're not going to learn how to make the rock cake, unfortunately. It's probably put the things together. Although how he makes it so hard, that is the question. And it's right on the table. Hot rock cakes. It's very warm. And our gloves sizzle. Which isn't what you want. It's hot and glowing, which is a bit much. So if we want to actually feed this to the sun, we need to cool it down a bit. If we had ice gloves, this all would have been solved immediately. But that would have been a trip down through that dungeon. So it's just faster to do the alternative. And that is to kill an ice fiend. How we couldn't just drop this in the snow is a question. But the dying breath of the ice fiend cools the rock cake. Sure, why not? Ready for consumption. But not by us. We can guzzle, do even more damage. Has its uses. But the main use here is finishing this part of the quest. Bit of cooking, bit of Slayer. 4 to go. Next up, let's save the Lumberage Guide. We will need to bake a cake of guidance. Sounds easy enough. Although, it's a special cake, so it's going to involve a bit of magic. And Treyborn at Wizard's Tower can help us out. Once again, bunch of cooking supplies from the chest downstairs. And we can very quickly make our way over to the Wizard's Tower. Ferrying in the house. Always fun. Ta-da. Treyborn is as odd as ever. So we will get some complications with this recipe. To make a cake of guidance, we need to enchant 3 ingredients. Of course, we have to explain the whole time bubble thing, obviously. So we're going to make a chocolate cake. No. Wrong. Treyborn, please. Cake of guidance. An egg, or as he would say, an eggy peggy, flowery wowery, and milky wilky. So to the same world, egg, flour, milk. Yeah. Let's get these enchanted. I have all of them. So we'll start with the excellent egg. And the magic requires us to take a quiz. Alright. Various questions about the wider world. If we get 3 correct, the egg gets enchanted. Who's this? We can zoom in a bit. It's definitely a king. Name that person. Not Bolrin. I think it's Percival, not Roland. King Lathis. And another character. They're in eggs because egg enchantment, I guess. Is this Wizard Treyborn showing us weird little models popping out of eggs? Concerning. But we could definitely tell by his bald head that was Unferth. And the third one. A witch. And that witch's name? Hetty. 1 correctly enchanted egg. Just have to repeat after him. Dandy Limo Zadim. Close enough. A bit concerning that we are slightly messing up the enchantment. Hopefully this doesn't make some kind of horrible cake that's problematic. Well, at any rate, we move on to the milk. And for this one, less people, more general questions. Question 1. Making glass requires seaweed, bucket, soda ash, sand, bucket, soda ash, seaweed, glass blowing pipe, sand, bucket, soda ash, glass blowing pipe. Well, we're just making the glass now, so we don't really need the pipe. Nope. Try it again. As many chances as we need here. Howling in one direction and buzzing in the other. Buzzing is going to be the bees, and howling is going to be wolves. So you're in Catherby. Presumably closer to the bees, because they're not going to be as loud as the wolves. I hope. First, I'm going to need glass. If I'm going to need glass, first I will need bucket, soda ash, seaweed, glass pipe. Glass pipe, soda ash, bucket, sand. I think the question was a little bit odd on that one. Making something out of glass. Which tower is closest to the crafting guild? That'd be the Dark Wizard's tower. Anyways, there is the milk enchantment. And we're gonna go with Skelly Dami Ralapo. Close enough. And lastly, we've got the pot of flour. To enchant this one, another quiz, where we get to look at a selection of items and then answer some questions about the items. Using technology, we can just print screen this. Is it cheating? Everything's cheating. How many weapons? There were 3 weapons. Next set. Paste that. Well, that's definitely something. It's on top of itself. That's not what I have. Print that. It's copying itself into itself. We have failed at print screening. That does not bode well. Oh no. It's multiple layers of itself. What's going on? Just make a new one. There we go. At this rate, it'd be faster to just memorize what's on the picture. What began with the letter M? There was a mind talisman. There we go. Print that. Paste it in. It's the right thing this time. Which items were among those shown? A Moonlight Mead, a Law Rune, no. Silverlight Druid Pouch, Sapphire Amulet, no. No cider. U-Logs, yes. A Pike, Chaos Talisman, no. Gothic's Prayer Book, Magic Logs, and a Pike. It's all a process. It's all a process. And we're going to butcher the last enchantment with Spendy Dumb Romeo. Typically our magics don't involve spoken words like that. So it's no wonder we don't have very much experience. Slap these all together into a cake tin. And we can cook it in Lumbridge on the convenient range. Nice and easy. And somehow it turns into a question mark shape. Probably because of all the magic. Probably because of all the magic. And turn this in for some cooking and magic experience. It makes a lot of sense. 3 to go. For the next subquest, we have gotten a bronze axe and bronze pickaxe, since the rune ones are currently in the bag, but they will do well enough. We also need to smith an iron spit here, and we made enough iron bars, so we can make a few more and drop them. Also, the ranged gear is back in action, because we're doing some more large bird hunting to save Scratch here. We need to get him some jubbly. Much like a chompy bird, jubbly chompy. Even bigger and better. And to do so, we have to talk to Rance. Unfortunate. But that's the only way to do it. So I guess I'll talk to Rance. We also need some raw chompy. Some down here. Hunting chompies. The brutal arrows do in fact work. So that's good. This other chompy is stuck in the wolves, so it's going to be a pain to get. But I really should. There's still a chance of burning. Maybe. There we go. Also going to want to pick up my arrows. These brutal steel arrows are not infinite. And I really don't feel like making more right now. Here's the chompies that we need. So that should work very nicely. Also, we use the rest of the chompy related things, like the bellows and the bow. That is all the ingredients needed to go help out Rance over here. 3 raw chompies. That should easily be enough. And I'll get a free kebab to heal the wolf damage. Always a plus. Okay, Rance. I have lost the stabby chucker. But I've got a better one, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, I am here to help Scratch. We need Jubbly Chompy. And he can help us get some Jubbly Chompy. It's just like regular Chompies. Although it's not actually that easy. But before he helps us, we're gonna have to help him. He wants to go to other lands over there to get stuffies for the Glug Glugs. And by that he means Karamja. And I will help out with whatever Caramel related nonsense he's up to. So first thing we need to do is meet him over down by the water near the cabbage to the southeast. This cabbage must be a real permanent fixture on the landscape to use as a landmark for where he's going. Or maybe it's just rants. Anyways, now what? We need, for going over the big water, a boat. Alright. Something that floats, not a rock. How about this tree right here? Kicks it in the water. Works for me. And now we take our amazing bronze axe to carve the tree up. Release it from the roots. And hollow it out a bit. It is not our best work, but it should work. Boat's ready. Let's get this jubbly. But first, over in Cramja, we need to cook a chompy so Feisty and Bugs can smell it, row the boat over there. And the specific location we need to be is right near the arrow he's going to shoot all the way to Cramja. Which is pretty impressive. Since it is way over there. Even on this map, he fired it this direction. So we've got quite the trip over here to this slightly spoilery transportation icon. We're going to use fairy rings again. They're in our house again. It's still great. We find the arrow on the beach, stuck in this tree. I don't think he aimed for the tree. I'm going to say it just kind of happened. But now we can cook a skewered chompy. Not quite as large as the ogre's skewer, but it works. And then out at sea, here come the ogres. Fantastic. And we can get a lift back with them. This time it's free, but after this it costs chompies to use this transportation network. But that was successful. Now, we need to learn how to catch and hunt jubbly. Just tell me, rants. My goodness. We use the blower on the fancy toadly, and then to make it, and we need a rock and the woolly thing to stick on the ground. And that's the information we're getting from him. What that all means is we take the bloated toad and we need to tie it to a rock. We can get rock up here with our bronze pickaxe. Take the bloated toad, inflate it again, tie it to a rock. We are good to go. And then we can drop the balloon toad here, looking absolutely ridiculous. And this should bring down a jubbly. And there it is. It's enormous. Much larger than your standard chompy. If it only comes down for frogs that literally float, you wonder how good its diet actually is. How often it actually accomplishes that. Anyways, we pluck it off, grab the meat, drop the rest of these chompies because they're incredibly heavy. Don't need the bellows. Don't need the spit. We got the wool back, but somehow lost the rock. I'm not sure about that one. Either way, raw jubbly on the spit roast. Carefully cooking it. Takes a long time, but it's perfectly cooked. Need to be slightly careful not to eat the jubbly, or we'd have to go hunt another one. We can bring it in here. Use the jubbly. It has one ogre released. 1500 experience in cooking, woodcutting, ranged, and crafting. 2 to go. Probably shouldn't have dropped all that stuff. I'm going to use up the rest of these steel brutal arrows. Hunting chompies. Because, might as well. There are future requirements to hunt chompies. So while we have the decent arrows here, seems like a solid choice. Let's see if I can go pick up my stuff I dropped on the ground. More chompies. I'll wait. As expected, there are chompies out, but we are out of ammo now. So that's just unfortunate. And drop all these. We can check the bow here. Managed to get to 49 kills. So that's pretty good. This is out value of 100, so we'll just drop that. Won't be needing that for a while. And of course that is easily makeable. Also don't really need the range gear. Any of it. So we can drop those. Drop those. Guess we're gonna need to go to Yanil to buy nature runes. There's another chompy. Anyways. That is all of that used to its full potential. Easily reclaimable if / when we need it. But we really don't need any more range gear right now. Graceful is going to be a lot more useful. Time for a difficult one, comparatively. Freeing King Awoge, Wawogi, however you want to say it, the Monkey King. We need to figure out his favorite dish. And we're just going to up and go ask him ourselves. The one that we freed. Time bubble, all that. Back on Ape Atoll. Slight problem with that plan. We are going to need a Gree and a Monkey Speak amulet to do that. We have not kept those items from Monkey Madness, so we basically get to do Monkey Madness all over. So that's fun. First thing on the list, we need the Monkey Speak amulet. Into jail, out of jail, collect the items, through the cave. We got everything we need to make the bar. I lost the monkey amulet. Yeah, Yes, I did. I'm sure that I lost the amulet, yes. Gold bar. Amulet mold. And the dentures. And that makes the magical bar. And it gives the amulet mold back, which we don't need. So now is back to a patrol above ground. Obviously going to teleport out, not go back through the dungeon. And then we can make the amulet. Down the ladder. Down the trapdoor. Protect from melee to not die. Use on the fire. And that is one. Monkey speak. Amulet. Fantastic. Just what we needed. To be able to talk to monkeys. And now, we need to get the bones we need for the Grigories. We can't just sit and attack the guards. They do a whole healing thing. Oh, they might also just heal naturally, really fast. We might need to get magic or range up here. Healing? They do a whole chest pounding thing where they heal a bunch. Ow, my face. It's also awkward because we can get hit by the spider. I don't anticipate we're actually going to be able to kill the gorilla. If it just keeps on not healing, I guess we could get lucky here, in theory. We have lost our anti-poison, which is not great when you're on a patrol. We wear the power amulet, that'd help. I think now's gonna be the time where it starts healing. Yep, there it goes. It heals and it still attacks at the same time. And we've been poisoned because this is a multi-combat area. Great. Alright, we can try juking back and forth here. Worth a shot at least. We could even put on some better prayers, maybe. I don't know. We just need to get one monkey guard kill. And it'd be so much more convenient if we can do this without having to leave a patrol again. Also, we shouldn't talk to these guys, or they will call guards, probably. It's all sorts of problems. Spider, did you get out of here? Yeah, we will see if this works. Okay. They still do the healing, even when flinching. So that is not a viable option here. Our current runes are good for teleporting and nothing else. But we have the amulet at least. So I'll make this a little easier. But we must, once again, retreat. There is just nothing he can do against my fire strikes. We are not very accurate because of the whole lack of magic gear. Accurate enough, though, to get gorilla bones. Now we will head out of the temple to grab... Well, I guess we need to go in the temple, technically. Let's go back in the temple to grab another of the bones we need. Gorilla. And then down in here. Could have grabbed these earlier. That's fine. We will get a zombie monkey. We can just attack them. No issues whatsoever. It's multi-combat, but we have prayer up, so that's perfectly fine. Grab the small zombie monkey bones. Very descriptive name. Somehow get stuck over behind here, but we sweep around and grab some free prayer, so I will take it. Head out here. Switch to protect from range. And take down a monkey archer. Again, protection prayer is all we need. Poisoned again. Don't like to see that. And we will grab the small ninja monkey bones. Now we have to be careful to not bury any of these. That would be problematic, because then we wouldn't have the bones. Now we just need to run back over in here and get the talismans from the monkey child. We should be able to do this multiple times, but if not, we will need to go through the dungeon. I mean, we don't have any talismans, so we would have to be able to get the talisman here. Monkey Madness codebase is an absolute disaster, but this should work. And we will grab 3 talismans from the monkey child. So we go with our 3 bones. And then we can get all 3 Gree-Grees we need. And it'll be great. Hello, monkey child. I lost that toy. He's too busy crying, which means we can hop worlds or just log out. Hopping worlds, you don't need to re-log in. This guy's talking to him. Let's see. Save time to go here. He's feeling a bit better now. Got a new toy. Can I borrow it? I promise to give it back. Drop. Lost that toy. He's crying. And we need to do the whole drop trick here, or we're not allowed to keep the talismans. On to just coming in this world, so I'll have to wait. We're going to need 3 inventory spaces for 3 talismans, of course. We can just drop those there. We're just over here, staring into their garden menacingly. Have to wait till the ant leaves. Drop the talisman over here. Go away. It's a whole process. Talk to the monkey child. They got a new toy. Can I borrow it? If I give it back, I promise. New talisman. I dropped the talisman. Talk to the monkey child. I lost the toy. They're very sad. And then we have 2 monkey talismans. And then we hop worlds. Then we drop the talismans and we talk to the monkey. Oh, it's about to come back. Try a different world. Don't know if this is synced between all worlds. It's possible. Nope. This one's good. 2 monkey talismans on the floor. 1 monkey aunt. Out the door. Got a new toy. Can I borrow it? Promise. I really promise this time. Leaves again. 3 monkey talismans. There you go. Now we just need to go back through the dungeon. again. And here we are. Zooknak. Monkey talismans, please. I guess this whole "are you sure" dialogue means that if you select yes, you are absolutely going to need to make that thing before he does anything else. Because if we talk to him here, now we can switch to that thing. Yeah, whatever. Here's a talisman. Here's some bones. And he makes the gree. So we use another talisman on him. Nothing happens. We have to activate the ability for him to make a talisman again. It is a mess. But we're getting there. Ninja bones. Gree. Activate talisman mode. The last talisman. And the gorilla bones. And now we finally have the 3 Grees. Ninja. Zombie. Gorilla. Fantastic. Now we can actually do the quest. Only other interesting items that we got was a banana and some monkey nuts from the monkey food store. So now we're coming in here to talk to King Awowoge. We were a big old gorilla, being all fancy. Hello, King. What is your favorite food? He's not going to say. He doesn't have one. That's sensitive information. So you do have a favorite dish. But it's a secret. And the 3 monkeys will never tell me. What 3 monkeys? When you are trying to keep a secret, try not to say who to ask about the secret. Generally, not a good strategy. Not gonna lie. So we come up here, and we can talk to the 3 monkeys. They're just over here, hanging out. One's covering his ears, one's covering his eyes, and one covering his mouth. It's a whole mess. And communicating with them will be a group effort. Let's skip straight to the information we're looking for. It is a top secret. And we are also doing something top secret. So it'll be fine. We're not even going to bother explaining the whole time bubble thing. So that's good. Instead, we're going to just lie about it, saying we are organizing a secret birthday party. And for a secret birthday party, you obviously need his favorite dish. Roasted giant snake stuffed with sliced banana and monkey nut paste. He's not supposed to be telling me this, but here we are. We need bananas, monkey nuts, and a giant snake. Simple as that. They're around, and it's fine. We got a banana, and it is unacceptable banana. They're having a hard time. Some of them are doing sign language, some of them are staring, some of them can't hear. It's a mess. They're not translating for me, though. We are very much out of the loop. This is the wrong kind of banana. You need a red banana. Much better than a blue banana. I'm not a fake monkey. Don't worry about it. Anyways, red banana tree to the west. And we also have monkey nuts. Much again, they're having a hard time communicating, but these are the wrong monkey nuts. We need special monkey nuts that grow in the hills to the south. So let's go get those things. And there is the red banana tree. We will use our gorilla strength to pull the tree down and grab bananas. And we're going to get multiple, just because that's a good idea. And another. Red bananas. That is one of the things off the list. To get up to the monkey nuts, we need to go around the Patol agility course. And that is where the ninja monkey Gree comes in. You must be a ninja to be over here. Even if we had come through the fairy ring, we still would not be able to either swim across this rope or step across this tiny, tiny little river to enter this hole here and get the nuts. A magnificent bush. You say you won't take another, but you totally will. Drop trick. When it works, it works. Now we just need the giant snakes. And those aren't even on Apatol. Back on Crash Island. The snake pit is in the jungle here. But before we do that, we need to slice the bananas using our dragon scimitar. It's very effective. And also crush the nut paste into the jungle. Protect from melee, doing a lot of work. And it's going to be doing a lot more work when we enter this pit, where we are immediately poisoned and have to fight some big snakes. Protect from melee is doing its work. We just need to kill the snakes before our prayer runs out. Because getting hit by all these at the same time would be problematic. Also, being by the wall is also not great, because these little snakes attack you too. Based on the speed we're killing this, we might need to come back for the third snake. I guess we can get on the return trip, maybe. Depends on how many stews I'm going to be bringing. Snake corpses. Snake corpses. And we also really can't drop the grease on the off chance that we burn all the snakes. Because if we do that, we would need to get the grease back, and that's just not an option, really. It's really, really not an option. If we can get a position where we're only fighting one snake, we could probably prayer flick. See if we can set that up here. Because ideally we get all this done in one trip. Would be nice. We grab the second snake corpse. Stuff some stuff into the snake corpse. And fight the last snake. With a prayer flicking of dubious quality. Oh, they're very slow attacking. Which I guess is nice since it's a multi-combat area. come down here without Protect from Melee. You won't get immediately annihilated. But still. Third snake coming right up. And then we can keep Protect from Melee on while we pick it up and get out of here. There we go. Another snake corpse. Up the rope. And we can teleport away to safety. Stuff everything in the snake to make some raw stuffed snakes. Delicious. Delicious. Now we're still going to need all of these items. We're not going to need food. We're going to need our cat. We're going to need to go get some Karambwanji. It is a whole thing. But we only need to boost 3 levels. I got another cooking level. So that should not be too difficult to manage. There's also some kind of pie we could make, maybe. See if that's more difficult to get a +3 boost here. No. Just a chef's delight. Which we really can't. We have dragon bitter. Alright. Spicy stews it is. And we're gonna have space for a couple. 5 chances at a +3. Should be a fairly good probability of that. In order to cook these snakes, we need to come down here into the area with the walls of flames and the zombies. Squeeze through here. Become a zombie ourselves in order to cross the burning. Apparently we get the ability to not take damage of a zombie. Or something. And now, spicy stew. 3 spices. And we get a +5 right off the bat. Well, that should also make us even better at cooking. 1, 2, and 3. Delicious. Didn't mess that up at all. Could have gotten away with a lower cooking level. But we had AFK time. So, lowering the amount of times we need to run all the way to Ape Atoll if these boosts had failed. That was worth it. 1 stuffed snake for the king. He very much enjoys it. Now, we have a bit of leverage here. We know his secret. And our heroic work goes unappreciated so often. This also makes him more cooperative, having his favorite dish. So we're going to chorus out the Ape Atoll teleport spell. It uses a banana as part of the teleportation matrix. All's well that ends well. Not the worst thing we could have forced the king of all monkeys to do for us. Anyways. The whole time bubble is still a mess. But that is quest complete. 10,000 cooking, 10,000 agility. That spell. 1 quest point. All good. So that just leaves ceramic vase. We need to have started Legends Quest to free him. But that'd be a little bit too easy. All we need to do is finish Family Crest. So I think we're going to go slightly beyond the requirement and finish Legends Quest first. That's also going to require 50 smithing. And doing Legends Quest will give us some quest points or something, which we still don't have enough in total here. At any rate, that's going to be a little bit. So for the time being, we can make use of our upgrades here in the chest. The amount of food, it has gone up substantially. And the items includes rune gloves, which is a very solid choice. We don't need any of these. We don't need the monkey stuff. We can put the cat in the house. But we will start working towards Legends Quest and a few other requirements next time. Goodbye.